Hey, good afternoon or morning, depending where you are out in the world. This is the King of Fire Tarot. Here going to do a reading for the spectacular planetary movement or aspect that's happening this Monday, December 21st, 2020. It's the grand conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter. Those two planets are going to be moving in quite a close alignment, and it's almost going to be, it's some could say it's faded. They're saying that last time that something grand like this happened was the quote unquote the Star of Bethlehem. So they're saying that it's said that the Star of Bethlehem wasn't actually a bright star. It was this conjunction that happened because I believe that from the aspect that we're going to be able to see from Earth, that's going to look like one big star. This is what it's going to look like in the sky. But it's actually these two planets in alignment. It's said that this is the signaling of the fabled Age of Aquarius, which is going to be a nice transition from the current state of the world, so to speak. If you are a sensitive light worker or just empath or just a bit aware, you're going to notice that you've been feeling a lot of symptoms regarding the energies are already starting to impact the sensitive people's community, so to speak. If From what I've seen and what I've felt, a lot of ringing in the ears, a lot of headaches, a lot of unknown fatigue, sleeping. It'll manifest in different ways for you, but it's basically we're all going through an energetic upgrade right now, and I can't wait for the next chapter for 2021. This energy is not just going to be limited to December 21st, 2020. It's basically the page turner, a new era we're walking into starting with 2021. So a lot of big changes for different people, different aspects of your lives, but expect great changes. Do not fear change. Change is our friend. Change is what prevents stagnancy. I, as a Leo, as a fire sign, do not like to be energetically cooped up in the same energetic position for long. I like to change it up, and so I embrace change for one. So this is going to be a reading for just similar to the one I did previously. This is going to be encompassing all the signs, all the elements, but I'm going to do them by elements first. So I'm going to be doing the element of water, the element of air, the element of earth, and the element of fire. So the first reading we're going to do is for the element of water. It's going to be for Cancer, Scorpios, and Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I've already pre-shuffled the cards for the water signs. It is already laid out. I'm going to go into that in a second. Just don't forget, I am on Instagram. Instagram link is on the bottom in the description. It's at the King of Fire Tarot on Instagram. I do try to interact with everyone and post there regularly. Just another avenue for you guys to connect with me. But enough of me babbling about myself. Let's talk about you guys. So starting off with one more thing. Of course, this is a general reading, even though it is for those water signs, and then the fire, all elements. Even though you may be one of those elements, this is not tailored specifically for you. So there may be some aspects that do resonate. Take those. Maybe some aspects that do not resonate. Probably not meant for you, probably meant for somebody else. So just take what works, take what doesn't, don't make it fit. If you come to this reading and you just feel energetically off, like it's not making sense, then click off. Then this reading was just not meant for you either. And I totally respect that. Okay, so let's start off with the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So first off, the other way. So you're going to find the timestamps to the different elements on the description below. So I'm trying to make it as easy as possible for you guys to find your readings. So let's start off with the water signs. The first oracle card that I did pull, the oracle card from the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses deck is the Angel of Union. A partnership is blessed and destined for greatness. Well, that's some good news. Let me see what the booklet has to say about this one. The Angel of Union. All right. The Angel of Union for the water signs. A merger, partnership, or relationship of some kind is being formed, which holds long-term benefits for your life. This relationship, partnership, or merger, which is with someone you already know or deal with, is blessed and destined for great success of some kind. Many great and wonderful things are birthed as a result of this union, which will continue to grow and strengthen for the rest of your life. Thank the universe for this wonderful blessing. Well, ain't that some good fucking news for you water signs, huh? So let's get into it. Let's go into the tarot cards. Top deck, which is the main cards, is from the Golden Art Nouveau tarot deck, and I clarified with the tarot of the haunted house on the bottom. So let's get into it. So I did separate it by, okay, I did pull cards from the past, and energies coming in from the past, present energies, current challenges you may face or challenges you may face to look out for, advice to overcome those challenges, and we have the outcome, potential outcome, you know. And okay, so let's start off with the past for you water signs. For the past, we have the Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles it's a card that kind of speaks for itself. You see kind of two individuals kind of could be without home, homeless, in financial despair or just despair in general. They're walking outside in the snow. They're looking for warmth. They're looking for somewhere for shelter from the storm. But only thing with the energy for the people, as an illustration, the people in the card is they're too caught up in the negative of their situation where they can't take a look around and see that there is a building right here, signified by this church with its stained glass windows, where they can very easily go in and just say, hey, I need some help. I need some warmth just to get near a fire. Can you guys help me? And more than likely, these people will say, hey, yeah, sure, absolutely. Come on in. Just sit by a fire. We'll give you you need some coffee. You need some food, you need some water. So it's kind of like the energy of you're in a bad situation, but it may not be as bad as you think. There may be some avenues of help that may be available to you. I'm liking this card, the fact that it's in the past. So maybe something you may have dealt with in the past, or something that happened in the past where its energy is still influencing your water signs coming into the present and through this reading. So it may be in the past, you might have some sort, you may have had some sort of financial distress or just a general feeling of being left out in the cold. If this is in regards to a relationship towards you, you may just feel that maybe you're coming over a breakup, you're feeling left out in the cold, you're feeling that I'm never going to find love again. That kind of mentality, like, hey, almost dipping into the victim's mentality, like, oh, the whole world is against me. Everything's gone to shit. There's nothing that can save me now. But it's not really that bad. There are avenues to get you help, to get you to start looking on the bright side kind of stuff. I'm liking this card, the fact that it's in the past. It's not something that's not coming into to the present or even to the future of the spread or future of your situation. Being clarified by the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands is a card of, I like to think of it as the entrepreneur's card. In the typical tarot, it's illustrated by a nobleman holding three wands. Wands in the tarot signify passion, creative ventures, projects, something of those sorts. And you see him with kind of like his ships are heading out into the horizon with his wares, and he's just kind of waiting for the ships to come back after selling his wares with all his cash that he's earned. So I may be feeling that in the past you may have had this kind of being left out in the cold because maybe you put out a project, maybe you put something out to the world, and you're still waiting for the benefits of that, from the royalties from that. Something you put in, maybe you started your own business or something along those lines, and you're putting your heart and soul into your projects and into your wares and into your items or whatever service or whatever you're pushing out into the world in hopes that it will be well received. You may have not gotten the return of investment that you guys may have been expecting. It may not have meant to become that quickly. So that's some advice that's coming in my head. So maybe because it's not as coming at the speed that you thought that it should be, you guys are feeling, oh, it's not going to come at all. That's not how the universe works. So the universe works in divine timing when it's best meant for you. So it may be because you put yourself out there in some aspect and you're still waiting for that return of investment and it had not come yet. So you may have felt like the world has turned its shoulder or the universe has turned its back towards you. But that's in the past. Let's move into the present. In the present, you have the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles is a card that signifies two potential things. First, it could be that you as a person are balancing two important aspects of your life, whether that be your home and family and your work, your career and your family, your career, your side project, and which is what you want to eventually become your own boss in, but you're also working at a job that you're not so crazy about. But balancing two aspects, and the thing is that it's taken work for you to effectively manage these two parts of your life. The turbulent waters in the background of this card just represent the crazy energies and the emotion that you're pouring into both of these avenues, and you're kind of doing this dance, kind of like dance monkey. You're kind of like trying to balance these two aspects of yourself. Another way to interpret the Two of Pentacles is you may have a decision to make. For instance, let's say that this is a current job that you have, but then all of a sudden you're getting an opportunity for a new job. So now you're kind of weighing the pros and cons, like, okay, well, this old job is something that I know, but it's kind of stale, stagnant. I can only move so much higher. It doesn't really interest me. But this new job is new, but the commute may be far, or the pay may be not as great, but it's something that I would love to do, something that if I were to start learning about this particular job, it may help me in my own business, or it may help me in some other aspect of my life. So you're kind of like weighing the pros and cons regarding this. That's the two ways that the Two of Pentacles can be interpreted. The fact that it's being clarified by the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands, all the knights in the tarot are messengers, but depends on the suit that they carry, what particular kind of message they bring. Wands in the tarot, kind of like I said in the Three of Wands, is fire energy. So it can be interpreted as arts, projects, creative ventures. So the Knight of Wands brings a message of a new creative venture, a new creative project, a new avenue that sparks your creativity or is being fueled by your creative fire. So it may be that or if it's a relationship, it may be a person that's sparking a message that a person, but that's going to be entering your life, may be sparking that fire in you. So then you may be like, okay, well, maybe in a current relationship, I'm like, okay, I'm with this relationship with this person, but it's maybe not that great, but this person looks like that they're awesome, and I may want to have something to do with them. Should I dump this person, or should I stay with this person? That's the relationship reading. If it's like a career reading, or like or something along those lines, it could be that you could have a potential prospect to have a new side business or an addition to your side business, something that's of a creative nature. And then you're like, oh, fuck, this is a great freaking idea. I got to invest in this all the time. But then you're like, oh, I can't. I got a fucking job I have to go to pay the bills. So it's kind of like, okay, so this new creative venture is here. And you're like, okay, well, now I got to start juggling this creative venture, this new idea I have to make a business or to be successful, and deal with my menial 9-to-5 job so I can keep a roof over my head. That may be that may be what's coming into the present. So that may be already affecting you guys, or maybe coming into your guys' lives pretty soon, water signs. To the challenge area, the challenge that you may be facing is the Knight of Swords. The King of Swords. So the kings and queens in tarot can very well signify actual individuals entering your life or presently in your life. The king, and pay no mind that if they're a king or a queen, it could be male or female. We all have divine masculine, divine feminine energy. It just depends which one is dominant in us. But it is a divine masculine. It is a masculine figure, but it is an individual because he's the Knight of Swords. The King of Swords, I keep saying Knight of Swords, is the King of Swords. Swords in the tarot are representative of thoughts, mental energy, intelligence, that kind of stuff. But so the King of Swords is someone, he's not the Page of Swords, he's not the Knight, the Queen, he's the King. He's become a master of his thoughts, a master of his mind. He's very intellectual, very he's beyond intelligent. But he's that kind of person who's like, he's all up in his mind, but he knows what he's talking about, and he may not be that. How can I say? He's not like the knight. He's not like the King of Cups. He's not compassionate. He may have an element of not being harsh, not being compassionate, but he knows what he's talking about. So if he may talk to you, he may be very curt, and if he senses that you're bullshitting him, he'll use that sort of truth and he'll chop you off at the knees. He will call you out on your bullshit, and he will do it in a very sharp, curt manner. And you know those individuals if you've dealt with them in your life. So this may be an individual coming into your life that may be posing that kind of energy. Place it where that may be, and maybe in your work, romance, or what have you. So the fact that this is the challenge position means that this individual may be coming in, and their style or their delivery may be not flowing with you water signs, because you water signs are very emotional based. And then you have an individual in some kind of position of power that is not so emotional. You know, he's more methodical, straight to the points, you know, that kind of energy. So then you guys' energies may just clash off the bat, because you're kind of like different worlds, so to speak. Sorry if this camera ever does shift. Clarifying the King of Swords is the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man in the tarot is reminiscent of how can I say? If you look at, oops, let's drop this. Let's drop the Hanged Man. So in this card, and you can also in the traditional tarot, it's an individual that's hanging by his foot on what looks like a hanging post, like where they used to hang people at. And he may be, and at first thought, you're like, oh my God, is this guy being tortured? And it's like, no, this guy's willingly hanging himself upside down. It's a metaphor. So it's like if you're looking at a situation and you're going over it over and over and over and over in your mind, mental energy, don't forget. If you're going over and over and over in your mind, and you're not able to make heads or tails of it, it's not making sense, you're not able to come to maybe it's something you're working on, like a business idea, but you're trying to work like the numbers, or you're trying to work how it will work out for you, but something's not adding up. It's advised with this card, you take a step back and you take a bird's eye view. You take a different perspective, because when the Hanged Man takes another perspective in traditional tarot, he has a halo around his head, which means illumination. So it means that he gets that, I get that idea. I get it now, because I was able to take a step back and look at this particular situation from a different standpoint. And I'm like, oh, I never would have thought that if I didn't look at it from another perspective. Since it is clarifying the King of Swords, it may be that you taking a step back and looking at a situation from a different perspective is asking you to step into the energy of the King of Swords, which means that you've been pouring all your emotion, your heart, and your mind into the situation. You still can't make any sense of it. This means, ground your energy, look at it from an exact like way to posing, like write down your thoughts, write down the pros and cons of each, break it down. And you're getting too much of your emotional energy caught up into it. Use your mind, don't use your emotions. Think about what would be a good solution, approaching it from that aspect, because I know you guys are water signs and you're based mostly by emotion. I'm not saying that you only run by emotion, but water and emotions run heavily in your guys' sign. This is asking you, the challenge is to look at it from a mental perspective, not an emotional perspective. Because when you look at it from that different perspective, you may just get that illumination that you guys need to move forward in a certain avenue. So if this is a challenge from your current situation, like, you're getting an offer or something, some avenue is coming up, or hey, I'm trying to juggle these two things. I don't know how to juggle these things. I'm eventually going to drop one of these things, and it's going to mean I'm going to lose my job, or I'm just going to give up on this creative venture that I want to move forward in. This is saying, hey, take a step back, look from a different perspective, look at it from a logical point of view, and you may just get the answer that you're looking for. That's the challenge, and the advice is judgment. Judgment card in the major arcana, it's signified by, I believe it's Gabriel blowing the horn. And it's basically the biblical book of Revelation, like the dead waking from the grave. But it means judgment. So it may be like the universe kind of saying, looking at our efforts and saying, hey, you have been doing your work, you've been fighting the good fight. Now it's time to take a look at everything you've done. Or it could mean on a personal level, it could mean that you have been judging yourself too harshly. But other than that, the judgment is the card of the wake-up call. So it does mean that there is some area of your life that it is going to start snapping into a place. So something is waking up in your life. So the advice, since judgment is in your advice, it means that eventually the situation that you've been racking your brain, banging your head against the wall, something's going to come in where it's just going to, okay, I'm starting to get the idea of how I should proceed in this matter. The fact that the judgment is being clarified by the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is the card of the apprentice. So the apprentice card means that he's not a master of his craft. So whatever this may be to you, if you're a veterinary technician, you're working at your craft to becoming a better veterinary technician, or to get your tech license or whatever. If you're a law student, you're pre-legal and you're starting to just work in your bones, just making sure, doing everything you have to do so you can go ahead and you can, pass the bar. Whatever craft, or maybe you're working like me, you're working in tarot cards. Maybe you're just refining your craft so you can become a master tarot reader or whatever they call it. But whatever aspect that this is going on in your life, this is something that you're working in. You're the apprentice. You're diligently working at this to become a master in something. The fact that you are working so hard, and this is clarifying the judgment card, it means that the effort that you've been putting into focusing on becoming a master of whatever judgment is coming. And it just may mean that, hey, remember I said you've been doing your work. You've been doing your work. You've been diligently working on this aspect of your life. And guess what? Judgment is here. Judgment's going to say, you know what? It's time to lift the constraints that's been holding down your progress. It's time to take those handcuffs off. Take those handcuffs off you and start moving forward in a more expeditious manner. It's time for you to start, almost as if, hey, if you've been doing your work and only you know that for sure, you're ready. You're ready to become a master of whatever you're doing. Just step into that power. But only if you're ready, and only you would know if you've been putting in the work. And if you're honest with yourself, if you have been putting in the work, then you're ready to advance to master. Judgment, the universe is judging you, saying you've been doing your work, boom, you're ready to become a master at your trade. And if you haven't been doing your work and only you would know, then judgment's saying, hey, you're not ready yet. You haven't been putting in the work. Not advice. That was the advice. The outcome, we have another knight. You have the Knight of Wands over here. You have another swords card. You have the Knight of Swords. So remember I said the knights in the tarot do represent do represent messengers. So this just may mean, since he's a messenger of swords, it's a messenger of a thought, an idea, an epiphany. Remember I told you about you look from a different perspective, use your logic, and then boom, you may have the epiphany. If you do your work, the outcome is the messenger is coming in with that idea, the epiphany. That thing, that missing ingredient that you guys were waiting for to make the perfect cocktail, to make the perfect whatever you've been working on. You finally get that idea. You've been doing your work. Hey, you're you're ready to become a master at your craft. You get the icing on the cake that finishes your little dessert. And you're like, boom, that's exactly what I was waiting for. I can now proceed and I can now graduate into this next level of whatever it is I've been concentrating on. The fact, and I fucking love it, the fact that it is being clarified by the World card. The World card is a card of completion. It means that Yeah, that's exactly what it is. World of completion, symbol of completion. Also, it's at the end of the tarot. It also what happens at the last card of the tarot. What's the next card? The Fool, starting a journey. So what I'm definitely getting is whatever aspect that you guys have been working on as an apprentice, crafting, chipping away, making sure paying your dues. Judgment has called. Judgment has come, saying, "Hey, let me interrupt your work for a second. It's time to review your work." That is coming through with a message. And then boom, the world's being presented to you. You're being offered the world. It is done. It is a completion of this apprenticeship. You are ready to become a master craftsman at whatever aspect. If you read tarot, you're ready to become a professional tarot. If you are and I'm not saying that if you're like just started, you just started med school, it doesn't mean that you're ready to become a doctor. It just means that there's some aspect of your life where you've been mentally thinking that, hey, I'm not ready, I'm not ready, I'm not ready. I'm progressing like physically in this world, but mentally, I'm just not ready. It means that, look, dummy, you are ready. You are freaking ready. You've been ready. Accept the power that you have because you are greater. You're more powerful than you can ever imagine. And the fact that, and by you only putting yourself down, saying, I'm not ready when you're ready, you're just doing yourself a disservice. You are ready. You are ready to move to the next level. The universe is saying it. They're sending you a message soon that acknowledges it, and the world means that, yes, she's giving you the key. In this card, she's giving you the key. She's giving you the key to the door to the next chapter of your life. So that's exactly what this Jupiter-Saturn conjunction is going to bring to you water signs. That is fucking fantastic. If that resonated with you, I love it. Please leave a comment below, like the video, and do hit the subscribe, please. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I put out a video. If I do talk loud, I do talk fast, I apologize. When I'm in the flow state or the channel state, the messages come really quick, so sorry about that. But I'm gonna take a little energy backdrop because now I'm gonna start pulling cards for the air signs. So thank you, water signs. You're awesome. Can pull for the air signs. I can pull for the Aquarius, Gemini, and Libras. Sun sign, moon sign, and rising signs. Thank you very much. Start with an oracle card. Air signs, please. Air signs. Air signs. All right, I'm gonna pull one card. The Angel of Relaxation. Hey, I'm all about relaxing. All right, let's pull the cards. Let's use this deck. Tarot, air signs, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, Sun, Moon, and rising signs. Let's try that again. Oh, there's a note. I do not read reversals for anyone who's wondering, hey, I never get any reversal cards. I don't read reversals. I use my intuition. And if there's an extra message on a card, then I do kind of go with that message as well. All right, I'm going to pull the main cards with the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck. Past. Right with relaxation. Beautiful. Present. Ooh. Challenges. Advice. Oh yeah. Outcome. Ho ho! Holy shit, you air signs. Okay. All right. Okay, let me use this deck. Sun, moon, and rising. What do the air signs need to know regarding the grand conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter on December 21st in 2020? Oh, that was not that good. Let me try that again. Let's pick some clarifying cards. First one is out. Well, that makes total sense with the Four of Swords. You got the Hermit. You pick another one. Clarify for the Star. The Six of Pentacles. Clarify for the Six of Swords. The Knight of Pentacles. Clarify for the Lovers. The Seven of Swords. Clarify for the Nine of Cups. We have, holy shit. Must be nice being an air sign. Well, in some aspects. Let's take a look at this. All right. Air signs. Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. I am a Libra rising, so there may be messages in this spread for me as well. First off, we're going to start off with the Oracle card of the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses Oracle deck. This is the main spread for the air signs. It can be past, present challenges, advice, and outcome, and clarifiers with this deck. The deck on top, the main cards that are pulled are from the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot deck, and the clarifiers down here are from the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot deck. So let's start off with the Oracle card that we got. This is just the icing on the cake for your reading. This is the Angel of Relaxation. Let go of desired outcomes and you will get what you want. All right, let me read from the booklet some additional insight to that card. All right. Oh, not the booklet, you want the card. Okay. So it says for the Angel of Relaxation, everything will fall into place and become clear when it is meant to. So switch off and take it easy for a while. The Angel of Relaxation has appeared in your reading to help you relax. By keeping your focus fixed on all it is you wish to happen, you are, in a way, preventing the natural flow of events to unfold. Let me read that again. By keeping your focus fixed on all it is you wish to happen, you are, in a way, preventing the natural flow of events to unfold. Don't get in your own way, is basically what it's saying. Surrender any project or concern to the angels in the knowing that all is being taken care of. Focus on all you have achieved to date and on all your many blessings. Take time to nurture and pamper yourself and start to do more of those things which nourish your soul instead of worrying about the future. By relaxing and letting go of desired outcomes, you create space for the angels and the universe to give you what you want. Trust. So it's kind of those things. So a few air signs, and I know I have. So like I said, I am an a Libra rising. But if any of you guys have been working on manifestations, that's basically bringing into existence what you want in this world. Like if say you want a house, you've been in your mind during meditation creating vision boards or whatever. This is exactly the house that I want. This is what it looks like. This is where it's going to be located. That kind of thing. But don't fixate on it. I mean, make it known to the universe what you want, then surrender, then let it go. It'll come when it's supposed to come. But if you're at it every day, like, why hasn't this house come yet? Why hasn't this money come yet? Why hasn't my lover come yet? Why hasn't my soulmate come in yet? It's kind of like that naggy energy, like, oh, wait, where? Universe is gonna be like, bro, take it easy. You're not ready yet. You basically have to just be confident. Put what you want out there from what you want in your life, what you want to manifest in your life, and to be confident that the universe is going to make it so. That's the other part of it. You wish, but then you have to know that the universe is going to have your back and to deliver to you what exactly it is that you want. You can't be checking in every 5 minutes. It's kind of like that like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there? Energy, and the universe does not like that kind of energy. So it's kind of like you don't get in your own way to bring into this world what you want to bring into this world. If that makes any sense. So, walking into the tarot from the Angel of Relaxation, the past energy you have is the Four of Swords. And speaking of relaxation, this card is a card of taking a pause. Whatever journey you are on right now, you're coming in from an energy from the past of taking a break, taking a step back, like being in a meditative state, recovering from an illness, taking time to heal, that kind of stuff. Four of Swords is a very peaceful energy, and the fact that the fourths, and don't forget, swords in the tarot are indicative of mental energy. So it may mean that you are taking a break. Maybe you've had a lot of mental strain, of a lot of the daily dealings of living in the world and all the stuff that's going on, that you have had to take a break, or because you were sick of or something, were forced to take a break and tend to yourself, tend to your body, mind, and spirit, and heal yourself. The fact that card is being clarified by the Hermit makes perfect sense. The Hermit is an individual. He's actually the emperor who left his kingdom to go find himself. So this individual is now living like in the mountains in the snowy area. He withdrew from society, and he's kind of finding himself. He's taken a pause from society. He's just the energy of himself. He needs to know his next step. He knows that he's not going to get the information he needs from society or from others. So the whole point of this card is to go within. The fact that he's got the fact that he's got the star in this little lantern, it's signifying of his intuition. He has the answers that he needs inside of him. So that's why he took a pause away from everyone else, because he's not going to find the answer he needs to whatever's been burdening him. The solution to what has been burdening him, no one's going to be able to tell him the idea or how to, or the answers he's looking for. The answers within himself. That's why it may have fueled why you've taken a step back. Maybe you've taken a pause from your academic career. You've taken a pause from a relationship. You've taken a pause from your work, or maybe you've had to quarantine yourself, so you haven't been able to go to work. So you've been pausing. You've been taking a pause, and during that time, you may have had some kind of epiphany, be finding out, is this all that there is? Is there something else? What is my purpose? What is my life's journey? Like, what is the next step for me? That's coming from the past. So it makes me believe that a lot of you air signs have already been in this kind of energy. Because moving into the present, from this little lantern to the outside world, you have the star. Damn it, stop moving. The star is the card of the brand new beginning. The star is the card after the tower. If you're familiar with the tarot, the tower is a card of destruction, upheaval, tearing down what doesn't serve you, ripping apart the foundation of everything you ever believed in. This is the card that's after that. This may have been, the tower has happened here, and you've been healing from the effects of some dramatic change in your life. And that dramatic change in your life has inspired you to be like, okay, I need to find the next step, but I'm only gonna be able to find the answer. So it feels like you guys have been doing this work of what is the next step, because in the present, you're getting the new beginning. The fact that this is a reading for the Jupiter and Saturn conjunction means the star is the new beginning, the age of Aquarius. This, I believe, is the card of Aquarius, if I'm not mistaken. But the fact that you're getting this card in the present means a fantastic time for you air signs. I saw some astrologers who recently said that Libras especially, have been having a hard time the past couple of years because of Saturn and its placement in Capricorn, which is very stringent on rules and society. Now with Saturn moving into Aquarius, it's like, it's a whole new world. It's a whole new free world, The fact that this is in your present means that this energy is affecting you greatly. And on top of that, you may have found the answer of something that tower moment and from the healing moment of the next step. Maybe this whole planetary energies right now is going to enable you to go within and be like, oh, that's my next step. That's what I got to fucking do. The star is the new beginning. being clarified by the Six of Pentacles is fucking beautiful. And the Six of Pentacles is, and I like to call it the karmic, the card of the karmic cycles of abundance. Sometimes you are in this position, you need abundance, and sometimes you're in a position, if you have more than enough, to give onto others. If you're in a position where you've been in lack, then it means that with the star, the new beginning, the universe is acknowledging, hey, you've been through some shit. It's time for the cycles of abundance to flow in your favor. That is absolutely fucking beautiful for you air signs, you Aquarius, Gemini, and Libras. It is a whole new world, and you guys are getting the well-deserved abundance in whatever facet you need it in your life. Don't forget, abundance isn't just limited to money, cash, finances. Maybe in your soul, abundance for you may be a partner, a romantic partner, someone that you can share your life with. You can have all the money in the world, but maybe for you specifically, you are looking for that one true love of your life. And it just may mean that you're walking into the era of your life that you're going to find that soulmate or twin flame. If it's in finances and career, maybe that you've been in a financial deficit, financial hardship, and now this new beginning, whatever it's going to mean to you, you're entering an era of increased financial prosperity. So beautiful. The fact that the challenge is the Six of Swords is interesting because this is a challenge card. Six of Swords is basically moving away from what does not serve you anymore. This lady took her kid and she paid this. Ooh, my ear is ringing right now, so that may be. This is gonna ring true for some of you out there. This lady paid this ferryman to ferry him across the river. On this side of the water is very hectic, chaotic energy that she's moving away from. She's moving into calm water. See, the water on this side of the boat is very calm. So it's like she's moving away from a certain part of her life, or you're moving away from a certain part of your life that no longer serves you. The fact that this is in a challenge position means that you may find it difficult to move on from that particular aspect that you need to move on so you can have a new beginning. It may be, like I said, maybe angel relaxation, don't get in your own fucking way. And maybe if an opportunity were to come up, you're like, oh, is this opportunity too good to be true? It's probably fake. And then the universe is saying, hey, dummy, you've been asking for this shit and it's being delivered to you. It's time for you to move on and take this new step. But it's that card of, since this is in challenge, don't be afraid to cut off what no longer serves you. If you need to move on from a job to a new era, to a new job, to something that's going to benefit you dramatically better, then it's time for you to move on. It's that thing of, yes, you're comfortable where you're at, but is it really going to serve you in the long run? Answer is no, because if you're already having thoughts of what else is out there, you're already not happy. So it's that card of, hey, you're being summoned to walk into a new era, to strut into a new era of your life. Don't hold yourself back and second guess yourself. Follow your instincts. Follow your instincts. The star is leading the way. Follow the star. The star is over here. I know it's over here, but go forward. Don't go backward. Go forward. The fact that it's being clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. Knights in the tarot are messengers, and depending on whatever suit it would depend. That defines what message that knight is bringing to you. The fact that it's a pentacle means that it's a message of something of the material world that's beneficial to you. So this could be a job offer where you're making a lot of money. This could be a promotion in the job industry that you're in. This could be another job in a similar field that pays a lot more money and maybe has a promotion. This is something that is being offered to you that's going to be for your betterment. It helps you walk into this new era. So I think that since this isn't a challenge, don't be afraid to leave what you're used to move on because of this new opportunity that's being presented to you. And if you do, and the advice, okay, so that was the challenge. So the advice you have is the Lover's card, which is a beautiful card. The Lover's card is a card of unionship. This is Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. And this is Archangel, I believe, Michael, overseeing their union. This is before Eve, they both ate the apple and then, everything kind of went to shit. But You get the gist of it. It's like the divine masculine, divine feminine, a union of the two. So it may be, and this could be in romance, but doesn't necessarily have to be in romance if that's how it's not playing out in your life. But it means you're moving on to a beautiful energy. You're moving on to, oh, you have a 6 and a 6. Interesting. You're moving on from the 6 of Swords and you're moving on to a major arcana of 6. And the sun is right behind Archangel Michael. So you have 2 celestial bodies in your reading, and 3 celestial bodies in your reading. I didn't even realize it before. You have the star, which is the sun. You have the sun, and then you have the sun. You have a lot of illumination, showing you the way ahead. I think that a lot of you air signs have been through a period of a dark night of the soul where you have nothing, but you've had nothing but your instincts leading you throughout this desert that you've been trudging through. And this desert can be like your feelings, your going through yourself, doing the work, doing the shadow work, finding out, what your triggers are, getting over, all the trauma that's been imposed on you since you were a child. You've been doing all that work, and now it's that you're moving out of that energy of doing that healing to reap the benefits of you having done that work. You're moving into this beautiful era where you have the star, the sun, and the sun. You have illumination shining. You're not just dim. You're not just being lit, being guided by your instincts anymore. You are being guided by your instincts, but not only by your instincts. You have the universe illuminating the way now for you, air signs. It is time to open your eyes and see the path ahead and see the direction you want to go. You have this beautiful, loving energy, this energy of love. You're going to be moving on to an era of whatever this is important to you right now. You're going to love whatever this is. Be careful though. You have the clarifier of the 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords is a card, well, look at this tricky guy. A little tricky guy. He's stealing these swords and thinks he's not going to get caught. Just be careful. If this is a romantic reading, depending on how you read it, if it applies as a romance to you, you may be moving forward to a new lover or to a new relationship, to who you think you are meant to be. But don't be cheating. Don't do anything behind anyone's back. If you're in a relationship and you don't feel that it's right for you and you want to pursue something else, be upfront, be honest with the person. Say, hey, you know what? This is not going to work out. We need to go separate ways. I think it may just be a warning of don't be sneaky. Don't be doing anything behind anyone's back. So if this is a financial reading, let's say you may be moving on to better pastures, but at the same time, as you're walking out, as you're exiting that current job that you're at, you're going to do something sneaky and underhanded that to kind of like backstab someone while you're on your way out. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. There's no need to, because then you're gonna get bad karma on yourself. And trust me, you don't want to fuck up what's coming as the outcome, because if you've already peeked ahead, and I know you have, the outcome is the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups is the cup of the wish card. I mean, it's whatever you've been manifesting, what you put out there. This is the card of, hey, you're getting it. It's manifesting. You're getting your wish. Beautiful fucking card. And the fact that it's being clarified by the Fool means that, hey bro, it's a new world. Remember I said the new era, the age of Aquarius? It's a new fucking world for you fucking air signs, especially you Aquarius. You are starting a new journey, and you are ready to walk off the cliff knowing that you are going to be completely fine doing it. You are starting something new, and it's because your wish is coming true. Beautiful for you fucking air signs. I fucking love it. Yeah. Thank you. If you did like it, please comment below saying, hey, I liked it, or hey, I hated it, whatever. Subscribe, like it. Please like this video and subscribe and hit the little bell icon next to the subscribe button. That lets you guys know whenever I am going to be, whenever something I post, you're notified whenever I post something. Also, link on below in the description is for my Instagram. It is at the King of Fire Tarot. I do like to post on my Instagram a lot. Almost daily. But thank you, air signs. You guys are awesome. And alrighty. My wax is freaking going over here. All right. Next up, we got the earth signs. All right, let's get you again. Any messages for the grand conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn on December 21st, 2020 for the earth signs? Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh no. Hopefully all you guys are doing well. How are you earth signs doing? My wife's a Capricorn actually, so interested to see what is in store for her as well. Whoa, I guess they're picking cards already. Not yet, not quite yet. Almost. This is the first time I use this particular Rider-Waite tarot deck in any of my readings. This is the very first tarot deck I've ever owned. And I found it the other day and I'm like, why am I not using this tarot deck? It's the very first one I've ever purchased. So I think your earth signs are going to get a reading with this one. All right, so this reading is going to be for the Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn's Sun, Moon, and Rising signs for anything that you guys need to know for the grand conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn on December 21st, 2020. I'm going to pick a card for the past, present, challenges, advice, and outcome, and I will clarify with this other tarot deck of the Haunted House. So, I'll pick some cards for the earth signs. Start off with the past, the present, challenges, advice, the Fool again, and outcome. All right. Okay, let me get some clarifiers for the earth signs. Okay. Clarifier for the Five of Cups. Strength. Clarifier for the Seven of Wands. The Knight of Swords. Clarifier for Temperance. You have the Hierophant. Clarifier for the Fool. You have Justice. Clarifier for the Nine of Wands. You have the Two of Swords. Okay. All right. Interesting. Let me shuffle your Oracle card from the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses deck for the earth signs. You have the Goddess of Compassion. All right. All right, let's start off with your earth signs. Reading your oracle card of the angels, gods, and goddesses oracle deck. And let's bring up the definition of the goddess of compassion. All right, so here it is. You have the goddess of compassion. Self-criticism is diminishing your sense of self-worth. All right, and it says the goddess of compassion has shown up in your reading today to ask you to be more compassionate towards yourself. At the core of every living thing, only love exists. Your personality and the role you play in this life is only transitory and ultimately an illusion. All that you perceive to be good or bad are necessary aspects of who you are. Positive and negative qualities exist in everyone and in everything. A more accurate description of positive and negative is yin and yang. For in reality, there is neither positive nor negative, only opposite qualities which together make us a whole. Self-criticism is diminishing your sense of self-worth and keeping you in the illusion that you need to improve in order to be worthy of success, happiness, and fulfillment. Have passion, love, and accept all of who you are, as you are, and stop striving for something that is impossible to attain. Through love, your life magically transforms. So, yeah. Just be compassionate towards yourself. It's almost like like the world's hard enough. Don't add to it, add to everything you're dealing with by being hard on yourself, you know? You should be your own best fan, your own biggest fan, you know? Sorry. Okay. All right. Let's just get the ball rolling with the tarot. So in the past position for you, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising, you have the Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups is a card of, I call it the card of crying over spilt milk. This is the card of, you've suffered some kind of loss indicative of these three cups that are spilt over with the liquids falling out. The overall moodiness is this card is the card of somber sorrow. Sky is gray. There's a river over here cutting off from where he started at, and there's no way he can go back. There's no going back to something that once was. And the fact that you've been in that energy where you're just captivated by that loss of something. You've been so captivated in that you're just so drawn to that negativity, the downward spiral energy. You don't notice that there's other opportunities still over here waiting for you. There's two cups standing up that you can definitely take advantage of. So I like the fact that this card's in the past. It's not something you're bringing into the rest of your reading. This is something you've come from. So it may be that you've suffered a loss of some sort. You name it, where it hurts you the most. You know what it is, but you've come from a place where you've been suffering and focusing on what has happened instead of looking towards the future. The fact that I know the fact that you're no longer in this energy, this energy of apathy, is because you're being clarified by the Strength card. The Strength is the card of, what's the card of Leo? But it's a card of you finding your inner god or goddess, and you're kicking ass. You're like, you know what? There's other opportunities out there. There's something else for me to take advantage of other than this shit. This shit's gone and it's over. There's no need for me to focus on this negative shit. There's other stuff for me to look at. I'm gonna fight for myself. I'm gonna fight for my life. I'm gonna fight for what I want. That's what the Strength card comes in. It is you fighting for you having the strength to stand up and keep going, even though you've been cut off at the knees and you've been fell over and you've been suffering. It's been fucking hard. But the Strength card says, hey, you've reached down. You have already done this. You've reached down and you freaking grabbed the pear and you fucking stood up saying, you know what? It's been fucking rough, but I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep fucking going because I'm a fucking earth sign. I'm a fucking Taurus. I'm a fucking bull. I'm a fucking Virgo. I'm a fucking Capricorn. Don't forget, it is a sign of Leo, but in the traditional Rider-Waite, in the Strength card, Leo and the Virgo is in the same card. So, boom. That may have been specifically for some of you Virgos out there. I am a Virgo cusp, so that may also, have some message to me as well. Moving into the present, and like I said, you moved from an energy where, oh, woe is me, to fuck it, I'm gonna fight for myself. And that's exactly what this present card is. It's the fucking the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is fire energy in the tarot, but it's a card of King of the Hill. You're fighting. You're no longer apathy. You're not here apathetic and just saying, "Hey, I'm a victim." You're standing up for what you believe in. You're standing up for your own self. You've picked up your own fucking rod and you're battling all these energies that are around you. You're saying, "No, you know what? Fuck you. If you say that I'm not good enough to work at this place, I'm gonna fucking show you that I should not only work at this place, I deserve a fucking promotion." That's you standing up for yourself. That's the energy you're in right now. So bravo, you fucking earth signs. You moved from this place where oh God, the world's against me. I'm a fucking victim. And you said, fuck that. The world is my victim. I'm fucking taking charge. I'm king of the hill. I'm on top of the world. I fucking love that, earth signs. I fucking love that. Clarifying that is the Knight of Swords. The knights in the tarot are messengers. So they bring a message depending on whatever suit that they're of. Since he's a Knight of Swords, swords in the tarot are thoughts, mental energy. So this is a messenger bringing in a unique thought, a unique message, a truth being revealed. And the fact that this truth has been revealed, this is like, as soon as this truth comes out, whatever this, or this epiphany, this idea, whatever this is, boom, you're like, fuck it. I'm out of this fucking apathetic energy and I'm fighting for my shit. I'm fighting for my shit because I have an idea that's going to change the fucking world, or it's going to change my fucking life. Fucking love that. And this is the challenge. And I can see how this is a challenge. Temperance isn't necessarily a challenge. Temperance is, I think this is the card of Virgo, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's the card of Gemini. No, whatever. The card of Temperance is kind of like, yes, you're in a frame of mind where you're fighting for yourself, and bravo. But at the same time, don't get caught up in that crazy energy. Because fire energy, trust me, fire energy can be a hell of a fucking energy, especially for your earth signs, because you earth signs aren't used to moving that fast, because you guys are very slow by nature, because you're earth, you're the slowest moving of all the elements. Temperance says, make sure whatever you do it gracefully. This is a card of being in perfect alignment with who you are, perfect alignment with the elements, perfect alignment with the spiritual self, with the mental self, with the emotional self, with your physical self. You are all encompassing, you are all balanced. This is what this card represents. So yes, let this warrior spirit like fuel you, but do so from a peaceful, grounded earth energy. So don't forget, yes, I mean, you're fighting for yourself. You're jumping out of this apathetic state, this state of victim mentality into like, no, I'm fighting for myself. But stay grounded in all that you do. Stay balanced. Stay balanced. You have the Hierophant, clarifying temperance. So the Hierophant, I believe, is the card of Taurus, if I'm not mistaken. So bravo for you earth signs showing up in your own reading. So you may have a Taurus coming into your life. But also the Hierophant is the card of, it's on the traditional Rider-Waite, since here he's a priest, in traditional Rider-Waite, he's the Pope. So in the way that the lore of the tarot, it's like the Pope is the highest ranking human that's closest to God on the earthly plane. So he's the highest that we can get to God as a person. But this is not necessarily what it means. It also could be the guru. So this could be a guru, a spiritual advisor, a therapist, someone of a doctor, someone that is kind of leading you along the way, that's guiding you onto better pastures. So it may seem that you are seeking a medical professional, you're seeking a mental health professional, you're seeking a spiritual guru to kind of help you get to this peaceful place. Because you've come from a lot of emotional energies, and that would make sense. You're coming from a place where you've had a great deal of sadness and remorse and all that stuff. But then you're like, okay, now I'm going to fight for myself. So yeah, it's almost like you're coming from one extreme to the fucking other. So it may be that you've been battling a lot of these emotional roller coasters that's been going on. And so have already, or maybe the message is to seek the advice of someone to help keep you centered, because the challenge is for you at this time with all the planet, especially with all the planetary energies going on right there and going on right now, and also with the flow of how everything's going to be going on going into 2021 and beyond. You may need assistance to find that calm, to keep yourselves grounded. That may, since that's a challenge, it means that if you can't do it on your own, there's plenty of mental health professionals, there's plenty of therapists, there's plenty of doctors out there. If there's a spiritual advisor that you follow him or her, and you're like, you know what? Whenever I listen to this person talk, it calms me, it relaxes me, it makes everything make sense, it brings me at peace. Then it may be that you're also following this type of individual already, or it may be because the Hierophant can also be the card of be your own guru. You are doing something, whether it be maybe you found yoga, maybe you're starting to become a yogi, you're doing some spiritual work, you're doing some kind of some self-improvement routine or practice that's keeping you balanced. So it may be you're doing that, or it's recommending that you do so. You need to find something to keep you balanced, because there's a lot of roller coaster energies for your earth signs I see coming in here. You have to find a sense of balance and grounding. The advice is the Fool. So the Fool is a card of new beginnings. This is the first card in the tarot. It's card 0. So this is the beginning of the journey. This is the hero's journey. This is what the tarot is, the journey of the hero. This is him stepping off on his the first step of his journey. He's going to walk off that cliff, and he doesn't give a shit, because he knows that if he walks off that cliff, he's going to be A-okay, because the universe has got his back. He's got the sun on his back. He's got his faithful dog. You know, his faithful dog is freaking out saying, hey, you're about to jump off the fridge. You're about to jump off the cliff, bro. What are you doing? Dog is indicative of our own primal fight or flight, our own primal like emergency our fears, So it's like, hey, don't take this new step in this new journey. You don't know where it's going to lead you. You may be in a worse position that you're at right now. But the Fool's not listening to those primal energies. He's listening to the higher calling. He knows he's going to be okay. He's putting these fears to rest, and he's moving forward gracefully with the white rose in his hand. White rose is a card, a symbol of rebirth. So advice is, take that next step. Take that new journey. Take that new direction towards something new, because that's happening for everybody. With this new planetary alignment that's going on, and everything, the result of everything that's happening thereafter, the age of Aquarius we're entering in, it's going to be a new beginning for everybody. So in a personal level and on a world planetary level, it is a new beginning. We're starting anew. If there's an option for you to start something new, start a new journey, then you take that. That's the advice. And when you do, you have 2 cards of balance. You have balancing of the life waters here in Temperance, and then you have the Justice card here interpreting the Fool. You have 2 cards of balance. Justice, clarifying the Fool card. Justice means karmic justice. The universe is rearranging stuff around you to bring justice into your life. That justice may be that new opportunity that's coming for you to have a new beginning. That's the advice. This is in the advice card. Whatever this new opportunity is that may be strolling into your life, that may have been placed on your doorstep because you have been through some shit, and the universe is like, hey, you deserve some justice. I'm going to balance the scales for you a little bit, and boom, now I'm going to give you this opportunity. The outcome, if you do it, is the 9 of Wands. So you have the energy of and I like that both of these cards came out. This is the present, and this is the outcome. See how similar they are. But the big difference is that here he is fighting for his position. You're fighting for your position here against all the crazy energies that are around you. This is the card of, hey, see all these sticks over here, all these wands? Here, I was fighting them all. This is the outcome. You've won every single one of those battles, and now you have them set up as trophies behind you. This is the card of the wounded warrior. He has a bandage on his head, but he looks like fucking Rocky Balboa in this fucking picture. I like the card, this card of Rocky Balboa. He's like, hey, yo, I'm still here. He's still there. I mean, he's the card of, hey, life can be fucking rough, but no matter what, I'm still gonna be here. I'm still gonna fight on. I have that warrior spirit. I always will have that warrior spirit, and I'm grounding myself. I'm taking the advice, and I'm grounding those chaotic energies into the ground. I'm finding peace and I'm finding tranquility. And because justice is on my side and I'm walking into this new beginning, I'm still here. And I've learned the lesson that no matter what life throws at me, I'm still going to be standing here. I'm going to be a fucking solid, firm earth sign. Immovable like the bull of Taurus. Immovable unless I want to move. I'm still here. There's nothing you can do to change that. I'm here until I choose not to be here anymore. Clarifying that card, you have the Two of Swords. So interesting, because the Two of Swords is a card of the stalemate. So it may be that there's a decision that you don't want to make, or a decision that you can't make because you don't know which way to move forward. Because basically you're weighing two options. But it's like, you're able to look at it, take off the blindfold. She's very easily able to take off the blindfold and look at it. But even if she were to look at it with her own eyes, it's not going to give her the answer. She put on the blindfold intentionally, and the moon is right behind her because the moon is a sign of intuition. So she's letting her intuition guide her onto which direction to go to. You're at a crossroads. Which way should I go? But no matter what, you're going to make the right decision because you're still going to be here. Don't worry. Follow your instincts. Follow your instincts. Ground yourself. Find balance. And you will know, your inner you will tell you which way to go. But don't worry about making the right choice. You're not gonna. You are immovable. It's like that saying of what's that saying? You're like, what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object? I mean, it's like no matter what life throws at you, you are still standing. So don't worry about making the wrong decision. If you are quiet, you find the temperance, you're able to go within, ground your energy, you'll be able to find out whatever this little last nugget that you're like, but which one do I choose? Go within. You're not going to find your answers outside of yourself. You're only going to find them inside of yourself. Once you do that, you'll find your answer. But don't worry about messing up or fucking up because you've done that before. But you're still here. So don't worry about that. We all come to the point in our lives that we have to make a decision of, should I go this way, should I go that way? Don't fucking worry about it. Just listen to your instincts and you'll do fine. Wow, Earth signs, you guys came out fucking swinging. I fucking love it. Woo, I'm gonna have to clear myself out of that one. Especially because we got the fire signs coming up next. My favorite signs. Well, I'm biased, so what can I say? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. What does the grand conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn on December 21st, December 21st, 2020 have to show for the fire signs? Aries, Leos, and Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What energies flow? This deck of tarot. Fire signs. Last but certainly not least. Always does this with this deck of tarot. I don't know why. The way the cards were made. Okay. All right. This deck of tarot. How are you fire signs doing? My fellow Aries, Leos, and Sagittariuses. Well, I think we are still in Sagittarius season, so wrapping up 2020. And before you know it, it's going to be spring, and Aries season will be here before you know it. Can't wait for the summer already. I am not a fan of cold weather. Of course, because I'm a fire sign. All right, beautiful fire signs. All right. Oh, one more. Your oracle card. Can't forget your oracle card. All right, one oracle card for the fire signs. The fire signs. We're going to do the Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm going to pull one oracle card from the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses Oracle deck. Starting now. What is your card? The Angel of Union. A partnership is blessed and destined for greatness. Did somebody get this card? I think the water signs may have gotten that card. I think so. Huh. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to pull a card for the past, present challenges, advice, and outcomes. This is going to be for anything you need to know regarding the grand conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter on December 21st, 2020. I'm going to pull my own cards for the fire signs. Sorry, no jumpers right now. I'm going to pull... the fire signs. Past. Hermit. Present. The Eight of Cups. Challenges. The Three of Wands. Advice. Ooh, the Three of Swords. And outcome. The Three of Pentacles. Alrighty. Get some clarifier for you fire signs. Clarifiers for you fire signs. Clarifiers for the fire signs, please. All right. Clarifier for the Hermit. Ooh, just the way I like it. You got the Wheel of Fortune. Clarifier for the Eight of Cups. The Seven of Wands came up for the Earth signs as well. Clarifier for the Three of Wands. Ooh, we got the Seven of Cups. Clarifier for the Three of Swords. The Queen of Swords. Clarifier for the Three of Pentacles, and the outcome, you got the Eight of Wands. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Okay, let's read your oracle card message for the Angel of Union. Let me find the meaning in my handy dandy booklet. Yeah, this is the same card that the water signs got. So, interesting. So your oracle card message for, in addition to your spread, is the Angel of Union. A partnership is blessed and destined for greatness, fire signs. A merger, partnership, or relationship of some kind is being formed, which holds long-term benefits for your life. This relationship, partnership, or merger, which is with someone you already know or deal with, hint, hint, is blessed and destined for greatness, for great success of some kind. Many great and wonderful things are birthed as a result of this union, which will continue to grow and strengthen for the rest of your life. Thank the universe for this wonderful blessing. So, hey, this merger coming into our lives is going to be nothing but beneficial. Well, one thing I didn't think about when I was doing the water signs is this grand conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter could be thought of as a union. So it may be this planetary aspects is going to be greatly beneficial to us fire signs as well as water signs. Didn't think about that before, so I'm glad it came out for you fire signs. All right, let's start up. The first card we had is from the past. In the past card, we have the Hermit. The Hermit is the card of withdrawing from it all, withdrawing from society, withdrawing from your everyday life to kind of find answers and meaning to a particular question or problem or situation that needs attention in your life. And long story short is this guy withdrew from society so he can find the answers to the questions of the meanings of life, or the questions, the hard questions that he's not going to get answers to from anybody else. Only he's going to have the answers. It's like in the particular tarot, in the particular Rider-Waite tarot, it's like the hooded old man with holding the lantern. Well, this old guy here is holding this lantern too. Lantern is representative of his instincts. So he's being led only by the dimly lit light, which is his instincts. He does not have the illumination of the sun on his back or the illumination of the star. The star is in the lantern. As soon as he takes that star and puts it in himself, then he'll realize that, hey, I have the answers within me of what I've been searching. So this is the card of taking a much needed retreat or sabbatical to find the answers for the questions that have been troubling you. Fire signs. And the fact that you have the Wheel of Fortune, you have two major arcanas, one major arcana clarifying another major arcana. You have the Wheel of Fortune. The karmic wheels of fate are moving in your favor. And that's the funny thing about the Wheel of Fortune, is that just because it's the karmic wheels of fate, it does not necessarily mean it's moving in your favor. The way with this beautiful fucking union kind of spelling everything out means that most definitely this is moving in your favor. So whatever aspect that you've been trying to find, the answers you've been trying to find within yourself with this Hermit card, the answers regarding if it's a big, deeper question like, why am I here? What's my purpose? What am I supposed to be doing? Or it could be just something in your everyday life where I've been trying to get an answer regarding this, but I haven't been able to get, to get the answers from any of my coworkers, from my boss, from my family. So you had to go within and find the answers for yourself. It's kind of like, or if it's a creative venture that you want to take, you're like, how can I creatively express myself and put myself out to the world? No one's going to tell you. Everyone can tell you, hey, okay, you should go do this. You should go do this. You should go do this. Everyone can tell you that, but ultimately at the end of the day, I just spit on this own fucking card. Just spit on the Hermit. You may ultimately be like, you know what, that's a good idea, but that's not for me. Only you eventually, you took time out, and this is in the past, you've taken that time out, and you're like, hey, that's my niche. Hey, that's the way I should go. Hey, that's what I'm going to do. And because you did the work and you finally discovered the answer to what you've been asking yourself, you have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune moved in your favor to help you find that answer, or now it moved in your favor to help you now that you did the work and found the answer on your own, to spread it and to get it going and to give you a little bit of luck. So when you put it out into the world, you have a little bit of luck on your side to get it well received out into the masses. So good news for you guys. God, sorry, I had to apologize. This is the second time I have to mention this. If I do talk really fast, it's when I get into my flow state or when I start channeling the meanings and everything. It comes really fast. So I try to make it a point to slow down, but that may be why I talk so fast, because the messages come really fast for me. But I know it. I'm working on that. Sorry. Okay. Going into the present, we have the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is a card of walking away from does not serve you. You have these beautiful, glorious Eight Cups of things that could have been emotional fulfillment, because cups in the tarot are symbols of what fulfills you emotionally for you, not just what the masses are. So this may be, since you're walking away from it, maybe what society is telling you, hey, you have a nice house, you have a nice car, you have a beautiful wife, you have this, you have that. You should be happy, but something is missing. The Nine of Cups, this is the Eight of Cups, but the Nine of Cups is your wish fulfillment. You don't have the Nine of Cups, you have these Eight Cups. You're being led by your instincts to move on. You'd be like, but how can I walk away from this stuff? Because you're looking for that missing cup. It's kind of like, and I can relate to this, it's like having a career where you're making so much fucking money, but you fucking hate going to work every single day. And you're like, hey, I want to work for myself. I'm tired of working for people. But in order to do that, you have to take a dramatic pay decrease to find your niche until you're making money on your own. This is kind of the energy of that card. Or it could be like, if it's a romantic reading for you, it could be you may have what's on paper a beautiful relationship with an individual, but it's not making you happy. So you're moving away from what's not making you happy to find what does make you happy. You have clarifying the Eight of Cups. You have the Seven of Wands. So, Seven of Wands is fire energy. So, hey, yeah, for that. It's a card of King of the Hill, standing your ground. You have all these opposing energies like coming at you, but you're here with your own little wand, and you're holding your ground. You're king of the hill, and you made it to the top, almost like you made it to the top, and now you got to like hold your position. Or you're just going about your life, and you're just battling like work, family, friends, job, creative aspects of sports. You have so many like different aspects of yourself, and maybe there's all just demanding of you, and now you're just kind of like trying to hold your own with all these energies of needing stuff from you. Or it could just be that competition. It just could be that you want to put you're walking away from something. So maybe, take that back. So sorry. So it looks like since it is clarifying the Eight of Cups, so that you're kind of walking away from something that doesn't serve you, it seems like all these energies you've been battling, you felt that I've had to stay here, I've had to fight this good fight, because I think that that's what I'm supposed to do. That's what I keep moving this camera. That's what society says I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to stay in this relationship and build a family, but I'm not fucking happy. So I'm here standing my ground, but I'm freaking miserable, but I'm not gonna freaking just fold over like a piece of shit. So I'm still here fighting along, but at the same time, it's like, is it really worth fighting along? If it's not making you happy, if it's a job that you're just fighting all this combative energy at your job, why are you still there? Walk away. You are walking away. This is something, since this is the present, this is something that you have already done. This isn't even advice. This is something an energy that you are moving away from of some sort. If it's a relationship, it's a person you're moving away from. If it's a bad situation, it's a bad situation that you said, I'm fucking fed up of holding my ground against these crazy energies. Or it could be a workplace with a lot of toxic energy around, and you're like, fuck it, I'm looking for another job, and you found one, and now you're moving your way out. Or you are looking for a new job, and you're energetically already withdrawn from that place. So this isn't something, I don't think this is something that's coming into your life. I think this is something that's already in your life. Yeah, but at the same time, since the energies of the Saturn Jupiter conjunction aren't just isolated to just the 21st, because it is the opening of the age of Aquarius. So it's kind of like going to be going on for such a very long time, the implications of this planetary aspect. It may be that something maybe you're thinking about right now, hey, maybe it's time for me to move on from something. Maybe this doesn't serve me after all. Maybe it's time for me to look for greener pastures. The challenge here is the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands in the traditional Rider-Waite is depicted by the nobleman weighing with three wands, and three wands in the tarot, as you know, are creative energy, passion, fiery energy, ideas. Waiting with three wands, and he's looking over a vast ocean. He sees little ships going off into the distance. Those ships have his wares. So basically, it's a card of putting yourself out into the world, and you're kind of waiting for how the world receives you. Waiting for the return of investment. That's exactly the same thing that came out for the water signs. So there's a lot of overlay with the fire signs and the water signs right now. It's very interesting. But yeah, so it's kind of like the challenge is that since you are going to put yourself out, you're moving away. Let's say if it's a career aspect, you're moving away from a situation that no longer serves you, and you're kind of like, hey, I'm going to start my own business because that's what's truly going to make me happy. So you're going to start off that venture. But the challenge is that now you put yourself out there. You say that you develop an idea of something to sell, or you're a writer, or you're starting to write a book or something, or you've written a book, and now you're trying to shop for a publisher or what have you. This is you putting yourself out into the world. But now you have to wait for the return of investment to come back. So basically, you put yourself out into the world, you're just waiting for other people to buy your shit so the ships can bring the cash back. That's like the card of waiting for success, almost. That's being clarified by the Seven of Cups. So Seven of Cups can be interpreted in a couple of ways. First of all, one way of interpreting the Seven of Cups, because you see these Seven of Cups all have seven different treasures that this individual can pick, or you can pick. Only thing is that which one will you pick? It's like you can pick one. Only one's going to bring you true happiness. So if you see, there's a kind of a division between the upper 3 cups and the lower 4 cups. These are the earthly pleasures. So you see like a house, riches, fame, and a dragon. And you have on the top, you have the higher level ones, like the ones of like enlightenment, connection to source, connection to spirit, that kind of stuff. So one way is that you're having trouble picking what you really want out of life. Maybe you're still deciding what it is that truly makes me happy. Because cups in tarot, as a reminder, cups are a symbol of emotional fulfillment. So here you are leaving in the 8 of cups, not happy with the 8 cups that you have. You're looking for that one cup that will bring you wish fulfillment. Only thing now is that maybe you don't even know what it is that's going to bring you wish fulfillment. So now you're like, okay, the universe is like, fine, you want wish fulfillment? Boom, we got. You want emotional fulfillment? Boom, we got emotional fulfillment on fucking tap. Which one do you want? Now you're like, fuck, that's a lot of emotional fulfillment. I don't know which one I want after all. Like I could very much want a house. I could take millions of dollars. I could be famous. I can want enlightenment. I can be one with my higher self and, be a, and know the wisdom of the fucking ages. What do I really want? That's the trick of it. Some of us are like, I want something better. I want something better. I want something better. But then when somebody asks you, okay, understood, what do you want? A lot of us are like, well, the obvious things that, that the earth, the first things that come to mind are the earthbound ones. Well, I want a nice house. I want riches. I want a car. I want fame. That's nice and dandy, and that will bring you emotional fulfillment to a point, but will it bring you true emotional fulfillment? The one that's being highlighted like a freaking star, like a beacon, is connection to source. It's you, your higher self. It's you being connected to the divine, you being enlightened with the knowledge and wisdom of the ages, that kind of thing. Deep down, we all want that, but we just don't know. A lot of us don't know it, and we don't know how to get it. We don't know how to ask for it. So it's kind of like, you want to leave, fine, because you're getting this nagging feeling that there's something out there still waiting for you. There's something out there that's better, but maybe you're having trouble visualizing exactly what it is that will make you happy. And the fact that it's clarifying the 3 of Wands means that you're ready to put yourself out into the world to get what you want, to get that cup of emotional fulfillment. You're ready to put yourself out there. And it's very interesting because that's the challenge, the challenge I see is how do you know what's going to emotionally, you may not know what's emotionally going to fulfill you. How are you going to make this decision to what you truly want? And you're going to put yourself out there, but caution is that you're going to put yourself out there. You don't even know exactly what you're putting yourself out there for. And you have the 3 of Swords as the advice. And this is very interesting to have as the advice card. The 3 of Swords is a card of heartbreak. And in this illustration, it's Van Helsing piercing the heart of a vampire. But you get the idea. It's the card of heartbreak. One of the most sorrowful cards in the deck. It's a card of pain, heartbreak, not breakthroughs. Total sadness and despair. I'm getting the message of you need to do your work. You need to do your shadow work. This is the time to do your shadow work. It's this. Look, we all come to this world with trauma. We all have some sort of childhood trauma, some way more than others. And then just through society, of going through society and growing up, we develop trauma. So it may be like you are having a nagging feeling that there's something better out there because you're tired of fighting the good fight, And you've been searching of what that is. But maybe at this point, you don't know exactly what what will bring you emotional fulfillment. You may think that it's riches, but at the same time, some of these are illusions. You may get the riches and then you may just be a rich, miserable person. And you want to put yourself out there. You're in such a rush to put yourself out there, but you don't know how yet. You don't know exactly what you want. You can say, hey, I want to get out there and have a relationship, but maybe you're not ready for a relationship. It's the card of, hey, it's funny that in the past you have the energy of the hermit, which is the card of withdrawing, doing the shadow work, doing the inner work. And maybe this just means that that's the energy you're still carrying with you, because this means that you still have some unresolved trauma. You still have some unresolved pain that you're dealing with. And you need to face it. You've been burying it under the rug for such a long time, and you're getting to a point of, look, if you want to benefit from the golden age you're about to walk into, you need to do it with a clear conscience. You need to do it with a clear palate. You need to face your inner demons and put a stake through its fucking heart. I mean, the shadow work is not your negative self. It's a part of your authentic self, but it's just a part that needs attention that you've been ignoring for such a long time. So the fact that it's an advice, it means that you need to work on those traumas that you may have been ignoring within yourself for such a long time. And that's being clarified by the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, she is not someone that you can try to pull the wool over her eyes. She is a queen, so don't forget the kings and the queens of tarot can represent actual people in your life. So this could be a swords or air. So this could be an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising sign that has had a significant effect in your life. So if this is a romantic reading for some of you, this could be, and it could be male or female, it doesn't matter. We all have divine masculine and divine feminine energy within us. So a king and queen can be either male or female. So it just could mean that you've had an air sign that you're still getting over a heartbreak, or that's pulled your heart out of your chest, or you're still getting over, or you just broke up with them, or you're breaking up with them, or something along those lines. So if it's romantic, it may mean that this is something that you're fighting over. You're like, hey, if this is a romantic reading, okay, you're finding yourself, you're walking away from a relationship, you're ready to put yourself out there to find somebody new, but you don't know exactly what will make you happy, and because you're still dealing with this heartbreak from this individual. It could very well be that as well. Yeah. Yeah. That, if it's not a romantic, then it could just very well mean you do have the traumas that you're still, the trauma that you need to face if you want to move. To figure out what will make you happy, you have to face yourself, face your inner demons, face your shadow work, do your shadow work, do your inner work. And it may just mean that you need to take on the energy of the Queen of Swords to do this. The Queen of Swords, she's willing to entertain your point of view, but she doesn't let her emotions guide her. Does that make any sense? She's very intelligent, very intellectual. She's all about facts. She has a sword of truth in her hand. And here she is, like she's kind of like stroking her sword, like, okay, I'm listening. So she's willing to entertain you, but the fact when bullshit starts coming, she takes that sword of truth and she chops you off at the knees. She does not take bullshit. Like, look, don't fucking bullshit me. This is not my first story. I'm not a page. I'm not a knight. I'm a fucking queen. I'm a master of my thoughts and I'm a master of my mind. So it may be like, in order to kind of get over this trauma, you have to get over the anxieties. It's like you have to work on yourself, work on the anxieties. You have to work on that part of yourself, all the mental anguish, like because there's swords. You have swords. Then you have fire. It's just like, maybe this is an individual you can reach out for to help you work through these traumas. If this is like, let's say, like a doctor or a therapist or something along those lines that you can seek counsel for. Maybe this person's entering your life. Maybe you're starting to see a therapist who does kind of have air placements in their chart where they are helping you work through these traumas. But let's move on because the outcome looks better. The outcome for your fire, and I'm sorry, fire signs, this kind of took a little sorrowful turn, but trust me, the outcome is the Three of Pentacles. A Three of Pentacles is a card of cooperation, teamwork, also the card of the Master Craftsman. So this individual was the apprentice in the, I believe, Eight of Pentacles card, but he's no longer an apprentice. He's a master of his craft. He's like the master stonesmith, the master whatever, that other people call upon to like, hey, I need to commission your work to help me build this or make this for my business or whatever. But it's also the card of cooperation, building something with the cooperation of others. So together you're working with others, or as the card of your energy commingling with others for a common goal to get to that end result. So it seems, and clarifying that is the Eight of Wands. So clarifying the Three of Pentacles, you do have the Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Wands is a card of fast-moving energy. It's fiery energy, but it's like fast-moving messages, text messages, emails, like fast-moving, like passionate fire energy. So it seems like something fast and furious is coming into your life, and it's gonna start bringing a chain reaction of you having to all of a sudden, hey, I've been reclusive this whole time. I'm not sure if I should be going put myself out there, or maybe I should put myself out there because I've gone through traumas. But it's like, hey, no time to bullshit. This stuff's going on. You need to pay attention to this. And this is like an opportunity of the lifetime. So it's like, hey, I know you're going through all this, but why are you going through all that? Hey, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. You can't miss this. And you're like, fuck, okay, put all this emo shit to the side. I gotta start getting onto this. It's working with others. So maybe that it's like a fast-moving communication that's an opportunity for a creative project or for a new job or something along those lines. But it's going to be a collaborative effort. And it's not only your energy, it's your energy commingling with others for the common good. So, and trust me, as a fire sign, I know that it's been hard for a lot of the fire signs, especially, and I hate to call out Leos, but for Leos, it's been a fucking pain in the ass with Saturn in Capricorn. Saturn is Capricorn's ruler, and it is not fun for fire signs when it's so much like grounded, structural freaking like rules and regulations. But with this movement in Aquarius, it's kind of like it's transitioning. You got the Wheel of Fortune here. You're moving away from shit that doesn't serve you. You're ready to find what does make you happy. You got to put yourself out in the world. You're going to get over your traumas, and you're going to start saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to have a solid mind, solid foundation. I'm going to be a master of my thoughts. I'm going to cut out any bullshit that anyone tries to tell me because I'm smarter than that now, because I'm not smarter than the average bear because I've been through some shit already. And you having some opportunity come, some fast-moving change. It could be even travel. Even I know it's hard in the age of pandemics, but it also be indicative of travel. But something fast and furious is coming into your life and is bringing an opportunity for you guys to like, oh shit, I better start jumping on this. I got to start getting on this project. I'm going to be working with other people. Something's telling me to pull another card. I have no idea why. The Angel of Union. So yeah, working with other people. Anything else that the fire signs need to know walking out of this reading? Anything else the fire signs need to know walking out of this reading? Five of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. So yeah, I think that makes sense. So Five of Pentacles is a card of being left out in the cold. Okay, well, I've never seen this card in this deck, so it's indicative of these little crab monsters trying to get in here, but they're not. They're left out in the cold. But it's a card of like in the traditional Rider-Waite of like a couple of homeless individuals outside in a snowstorm, and they're looking for shelter, but they're too caught up in the situation that they're in to take a look around and see that there's this church here, this building that can offer them shelter, can offer them food. They just have to get out of the victim mentality and look around and ask for help, because help will be available. So since it came side to side with the Knight of Pentacles, remember, knights are messengers in the tarot. So this, I think it's like opposite. So I think it's like from where you start entering this reading and from where you're exiting this reading. This is what it sounded like. This is two kind of not opposing energies, but different messages. So you're coming in this reading maybe from a place of lack, place of financial or romantic, non-favorable position in romance or in finances or in career or whatever. But it's like there's other fish in the sea. It's like don't get caught up in your worries. There's other stuff out there. If you need help, there's people out there to help you. It's like look on the brighter side of things. It's like when you look on the brighter side of things, because there's other shit that's out there. Stuff is going to start happening. And this is the card of proof that stuff is going to start happening. This is the Knight of Pentacles. And this is, since Knights are messengers, they're bringing in the Pentacle, which is an opportunity for something material. So it could be like a new job. It could be a windfall of cash. It could be something in a material realm, but it's a messenger bringing you an opportunity to gain that. So I'll put this over here and I'll put this over here because it seems like two opposite energies. Maybe you're moving in from this despair energy and you're moving into this energy where, hey, there's opportunities afoot. Just ground yourself. Ground yourself, fire signs, ground yourself as much as possible. Luck is turning in your favor, trust me. But you need to get out of the mental bullshit that you've been caught up in a long time. You want to go for something better, but just know, do your inner work and know what you truly want. You have traumas or you have heartbreak. But eventually, you're going to find yourself in another union with other energies for the betterment of all you involved. And it's going to come quick. It's going to come quick. Hopefully this resonated for you, fire signs. Thank you very much. So if you did like this reading, leave me a comment below. Let me know if it did resonate with you. Comment below. Do like the video, please. And subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. The notification bell, if you want to click that little bastard, that will notify you every time I put a new video out on YouTube. And please follow me on Instagram. The link is below in the description. And, it's at The King of Fire Tarot. Hopefully this resonated with you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy. I will see you guys soon. Peace.